Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and this is what we're going to make today. It's a little shaving cream box, toiletry box for Dad. So on the ends it has magnets that closes it up. Closes like that. So you just pull these open and there is your big box that you can put all kinds of goodies in for Dad. And then you can just close it right back over. So we are going to make this today. These are super simple to make, but they're big, they're heavy, they're durable, and they hold lots of goodies for Dad. All right, let's get started. So you're going to start out with 2 pieces of cardstock. They're cut at 8 1/4 by 11 5/8. On the long side, you're going to score at 3/4. And at 3 3/4. This is a thick cardstock, so I'm going to have to press down a little bit harder. Okay, and then you're going to turn it, and you're going to score at 3, 7 1/4, and 7 3/4. And we're going to do the other one the same way. And now you're going to turn this with the 2 double score lines that are really close together, these 2. You're going to turn it with those to your right, and you're going to go to 5 3/4 and score down to the second score line. So score to right there, second score line, okay? Then you're going to turn it up with these little score lines to the top, and you're going to go at 2 1/4, and you're going to score down to the second score line right there. Okay, so there is that 5 3/4 line right there, and then there is that one right there at 2 1/4. So that is the partial score lines that you're going to need, and I'll draw this out on a piece of paper and put it on my blog so that you can see exactly what we're talking about. Okay, now we're going to do some little diagonal scoring here. You could do this with a scoreboard if you have one. I don't, so we're going to do this. Where you brought that 2 1/4 inch score line down to that second score line right there, we're going to start there, and then we're going to come to the corner right here to where those 2 score lines meet. And again, I'll draw this out so that you'll be able to see it exactly where I've scored and put it on my blog. And now you're going to start right there again, and you're going to go to where these score lines meet right there. I'm just making a triangle. See if you can see that. There we go. See, we just drew from there down to here, and then from there down to that score line. Okay, now we're going to do some cutting. So what you want to do is hold your paper with these 2 score lines that are really close together toward you, and there's 6 little boxes right here, and I've got them marked with an X. We're going to cut those 6 away. It's right above where you drew that triangle. So those 6 are going to be cut away. Just like that. Then you're going to go down to the bottom. See, here's where our triangle is. We're holding it this way. We're going to go down here, and we're going to cut this little piece away. It's just one little rectangle there by itself. So we're cutting that piece away. We're going to cut up on this score line, and then we're just going to angle or wedge, whatever you want to call it, on this one. And then we want to angle this one just a little bit. And then you're going to do the same thing to this one. You're going to do the same identical thing that you did. Now you want to go ahead, and where you made that triangle, you want to go ahead and kind of fold those, crease them just a little bit. Just don't crease past your score line. Just kind of crease that up a little. can go ahead and fold on that one, that partial one that you made down through there. Just fold on that, but don't go past that score line. Now we want to glue these two pieces together to start assembling our box. So what we're going to do is on this tab that we left right here, we're going to put some score tape. And I'm using the 1/2 inch, but you can use regular glue, just whatever you prefer. And then we're going to lay our pieces like this. This one, this is going to go on the inside right here like that. So this is our little flap. We're going to pull this straight edge piece up to that, match up the score lines, and then fold that down on there like that. So let's go ahead and pull the backing off. Just make sure that you match up your score lines and get it really, really even at the edge. It's going to make a difference in how your box looks. That looks about right, I think. So we're going to hold that tight and then fold that over, press that down, and then you're just going to fold this one in, pull the backing off of this score tape, and then you're just going to fold this one over, and again make sure that your score lines meet up, which they should, and press that down just like that. So there is the start of your box. Now while we've got this laid out flat, we're going to go ahead and put our design paper on here, and I'm going to use this. I think I started to use this, and I'm still not sure that I don't want to use that, but I think I'll make more than one. So I think on this one I'm going to use the stripes. I think that's pretty. And on this you can just use a tape runner, because this is just going to be the mat. And I'll tell you the size of these mats in just a second. There we go. Okay, these mats are cut at 7.5 by 4. So, and you'll need 2 of those, so we'll just flip it over. Put that over here. If you have a directional paper, this is the top up here, so make sure that your paper is going the right way. This doesn't look very manly on this side, does it? But on this side it does. The stripes, the blue stripes. Okay, there we go. Got both on there. I think that's going to be cute. Okay, now what we want to do is run some score tape right down through here on this little piece, and I'm going to go ahead and reinforce that fold. That one and this one. And we're going to put some score tape on those and glue that down. This is just going to keep us from having a raw edge at the top. We want this to be sealed over really well so that there won't be a raw edge, so when it's opened and closed, nothing's going to tear or break, that kind of thing. Let's go ahead and pull the backing off of that one. And then you just want to fold that down, just like that. and fold that one down, just like that. And see, you've got those raw edges now closed up. Now it's just a matter of closing the bottom. And I'm going to do a dry fit just to make sure that everything looks kind of straight here. That does. Okay. I'm going to go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some tape runner on this. This is a pretty sticky tape runner, so I think it'll work. These two little ones, put those down in there, and then I'm going to close this one over, making sure that my edges meet. I'm going to flip it over and then press those down. So that's got that side, and then we're just going to glue this one over, and I'm just going to use art glitter glue on this one. You can use art glitter glue on both of them if you want. I'm just trying to do it a little bit faster for the camera. But you could definitely use art glitter glue on both of them. Then I'll just flip it upside down. Take your bone folder. Just go on the inside and make sure that is pressed down well. I'm sorry if I got my head in the shot. Just like that. See, this is big enough you can even get your hand in there, so that's good. Okay, so I thought I was recording and I wasn't, so I'm going to go over this again. I cut a piece of chipboard that is 7 3/4 by 2 7/8 to go in the bottom of the box. I covered it with that same cardstock that I used for the box, and then now I am gluing it down in the bottom of the box. So that is what I have done when I thought the camera was recording and it wasn't. I apologize for that. Sometimes I turn it off and I forget to turn it back on. That's my problem. So I should just leave it on all the time, I think. There we go. So see, that's down in the bottom. That gives it a really nice, sturdy bottom, so you can put all kinds of stuff in there. Now, what you want to do now is just take these corners. This is where you did the little triangles. You want to take these and you want to start pulling them out just slowly. And as you pull these out, these will bend a little bit. Now I go ahead and I give them a little bit of help by just putting my fingers in there and just kind of rolling it a little bit. But those will bend over. So just keep kind of pulling it. Go up to the top and just kind of roll it down a little bit. You want it to have a little bit of a roll in it like that, so it looks like one of those real bags that the guys carry around with all their shaving stuff in it. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on the edge right here because this is kind of trying to pop up. Now you're going to need two pieces that are cut at 3/4 by 2 3/4. And we're going to round the ends, just on one end, just like that. Then we'll round this one. And then on the back side, down here at the bottom, on the piece that you rounded, we're going to put a magnet. Put that up there, and then clip that one to it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stick this up there as far as it'll go and glue it to this piece right here. I'm going to put some score tape on the end of this, a couple of pieces. I think I will actually put 3 pieces to see if we can glue that little triangle all the way down. And then just pull the backing off your score tape. then you're going to stick that up there as far as it'll go, and make sure that it's centered up right there, and then press that down. And then go ahead and take the backing off of that magnet, and then holding that, push that magnet down. Off that. Then you're going to do the same thing on this end. So keep it as straight as you can. Press that on there really well, and then while you're holding the box closed, press that down and press that other magnet on there. Okay, press that down and make sure the magnet sticks to that. There we go. Alright, you've got your magnets on both ends. There is your box that will hold tons of things. I mean, look, that glue gets lost in there, it's so big. Put tons of things in there for the dad, and then it closes down with your magnets just like that. Now let's put some little pieces of bling on the outside here, just to make it look like that's what's holding it together. I think I'm just going to use a couple of white pieces. So we'll just put those right there. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue up and under here just to make sure that that little point gets stuck down well, right there. Use this stamp, and this is from Lawn Fawn, and we're going to stamp Happy Father's Day. So we will do happy. There we go. And then this just says Father's Day. Make sure we get that right up under it. Okay, that one's a little crooked, so let's do it again. When you can't get your head right up over it, it's a little bit hard. There we go, that's better. So Happy Father's Day. And we're just going to cut that out. Oh, I'm going to round the corners. Now, you could put a string around this and tie it with a string, just whatever would suit you, but I'm just going to put mine right here on the front, and I'm going to put it up on some pop dots. And there we go. There's our little box to hold our gift for one of our dads. We've got quite a few more to go, but that is it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And we will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.